Thank you again, all of you, for participating and helping with this effort. Our budget is about a little under 40 grand a year, and it provides book 800, 850 a month to the children of Pickens County. They're between 0 and 60 months old, and that's probably, I don't know, certainly way over 50%, probably 70, 80% of the children in our county. But it makes a difference. It's been proven time and time again that reading in the home and preparedness of the first grade makes a difference, a life-changing difference for these young children. So this effort was started 2009. We gave our first book in May of 2009, so that's 16 years ago now. And Miss Sue here has been our leader for a long, long time. Does such a great job, but it's because of you and you're willing to volunteer and be a part of this, it makes it a success. So thank you very much.
In 2022, which was the last time we did this, we had 9 detainees, just like yourself. And we raised $18,000 that year, which we love. Well, together, right now, you're sitting at $24,457.
Here, here.
Which is even more than the years where we had more than 9 detainees. So y'all, stellar, all of your stars. So thank you for being first stars.
Testing, testing.
I object. Shouldn't have to wear that hat.
The judge, he's known for wearing costumes and fun outfits, so you know the hat should be just be fine.
Hear you, hear you.
Okay, Your Honor, I bring you Chris Steel City DeMaio, charged with stealing hearts.
Oh my goodness, that's a serious charge.
Yes, it is, sir.
So, Mr. Prosecutor,
Yes.
tell me about this guy.
So this Steel City DeMaio is originally from Pittsburgh, and there's possible warrants out for his arrest from there, and we're checking into that. So we might pile up a lot more crimes here.
Your Honor, I object. No evidence of outstanding warrants.
If you do a little Facebook search, you'll see stuff. Because he's real into Facebook, you know. We understand he can speak 2 languages, and that's another one of his aliases. It's Pittsburghese. Pittsburghese.
Yes.
And
That's right.
And what do you call when you drink something out of a can? What is that called?
Soda?
Soda?
Yeah.
Not a pop or?
Yeah, it depends on where I'm at, you know.
We call it Coke around here.
Coke.
All right, that's how you go
I
around
didn't
here.
happen to work.
Well, you could learn something, right? So we understand he came to town to hide, but he stole the hearts of a local sweetheart. And he's been on the run ever since, living in many cities around the country, but has moved back the past few years to keep a low profile, to keep the angry mob at bay. So we've also seen him attempting to conceal his identity by wearing these very strange green costumes certain times a year.
Your Honor, I object again. That's for children. He's part of the community, helping children. Come on.
I see a sweetheart, I don't see a child.
I don't. Who's that with my wife? I don't know who that is. What have you been doing?
Objection overruled. Go ahead, Mr. Prosecutor.
So I understand you pulled for this football team. How do you say their name? Steelers? Sounds odd to me. Like Steelers, right? Steelers? Yeah, it seems. He just hasn't become southernized yet.
Yeah.
So I think you need to lock him up.
Some refer to him as Super Bowl champions.
How many? 5 times? Okay. That's all right. I guess that'll do.
So, 2 languages, Pittsburghese, and what was the other one, Mr. Prosecutor?
Stealing hearts with a sweetheart.
Sweethearts, another charge.
Yep, and he's got possible warrants out from his home state of Pittsburgh.
So, are you still speaking this Pittsburghese, or are you speaking
On occasion,
Georgia?
sir. Yes, on occasion. Yes, when I talk to my fellow Pittsburghers, I have to talk.
Could you give us some examples of the words?
Probably not appropriate for the courts.
Okay, Mrs. Defense Attorney, what do you have to say to this man?
Well, first of all, I have to say that the way he speaks with his friends, we all have a language we speak with our friends, Your Honor. I mean, that you can't hold that against him, right? And he's a pillar of this community, been here for many years. And as far as stealing hearts, he is charming. How could she resist? And you can't steal something unless someone's willing. So there wasn't actually theft involved.
Very good argument. So are there any character witnesses for this accused man? Yes, please step forward.
Yeah. Oh, am I allowed to speak to him?
Yes, please,
Yeah.
address the court.
I will say I went willingly.
Okay.
So he really didn't steal anything.
Yeah, and I asked her dad.
He
too.
did. He asked permission. He went to
story.
Steve Lawrence, true story. Asked permission. We got married and we went to wait.
Wow,
And then he brought me back.
and how
It's in
many,
his defense. He
how
brought me
many years ago was that?
back. It was in 1990.
1990?
It's been a long time.
Well, that's great. Well, that's a good, your marriages last a long time.
Yes.
And that's a good sign, and it speaks well, but you're not qualified because you're so, you're married to him, you're relative, so you can't really speak.
He's got another character witness right here.
I would
Okay.
like to be a character
Yes.
for the prosecution.
Please.
I love this.
Your Honor, I object. I haven't seen this witness before. Have not been provided
But
to me.
she's a wealth of knowledge.
I went to school with this young lady,
Oh, really?
graduated high school with this young lady. He did come in, took her away, and I didn't hear from her for years. Years.
Goodness
He took her
gracious.
away from him.
So he took her away from the community
Yes.
altogether?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely. So
Wow.
I say, throw the book at him.
Okay. Well, is there anything else, Madam Defense Attorney, that we need to say about him?
Please, something.
Lock it up.
I think, Your Honor, you can see that this case is just all crazy. There's nothing here. It's just crazy. He's a great guy.
Okay, well, I hear your words, but unfortunately, we're going to declare you guilty.
Oh.
And
She said no one gets the guilty.
you'll be going to jail. And we do have a bail that you have to post and spend a little time in jail, and then we will release you. So how are you doing with your bail fundraising?
How much is the bail, sir?
I think it's $840, is that the number?
Minimum. So tell them how much you've
I'm
raised.
doing good then.
Yeah.
$2,550.
Wow, 2,550, let's give him a hand. Well, that's great, Mr. DeMaio, come up here and join us, and congratulations, and thank you so much.
I don't know what I'm
For
being.
being-
I'm enjoying it.
Pardon me? And we got him some bread and
Got
water.
some lunch here.
Oh, okay, good deal. Thank you.
Your Honor. Oh, no. I bring before you
So,
Kim, Dragon Lady Kirby, charged with loving dragon football.
Dragon Lady. Well, I know this Dragon Lady pretty well, but Mr. Prosecutor, what do you have to say? What are the charges?
Well, she's taken a lot of money from me over the years as well. You know, I'm just saying. You know, she claims to be a fervent supporter of Pickens Dragons football, but there are some claims that her fierce personality is, as a boss. Is it true? So what we would understand is that the definition of a dragon lady is a domineering or belligerent woman. And she's not
Your Honor, I
denying that.
object.
She's
Your Honor,
not
I
denying
object.
that, Your Honor.
I object, Your Honor. She's only that way, okay, for the opposite team that's playing against the Dragons. Come on now.
Okay, sure.
Well,
We've also known she's known for trying to run. While she's in her office in Marble Hill, the arresting officer had to go in Jasper because she was hiding in the vault so she wouldn't get caught.
really?
So, you know, there's some very questionable pictures of her running and such, so we have evidence here that backs up our claim.
Well, that sounds pretty serious, and I see her a lot of times. I go in her institution, and she's kind of behind closed doors sometimes. I don't know what's going on in there. Sometimes she's not, though. She's very, very friendly. So what do you have to say for her Mrs. Defense
She
Attorney?
has committed no crime. In Pickens County, it's a crime not to support the Dragons, Your Honor. We
Well,
all
you got a
support
point.
the Dragons, and some of us just more enthusiastically than others, but that's not a crime.
Yes, that's a fair point. Sure is. And Mrs. Defendant, what do you have to say? Anything?
Go
Can you
Dragons.
defend? Okay. We can't do that. So are there any character witnesses here?
I am character
That's true.
witness.
Yes, Mila.
And I can witness, she's a dragon lady, she spit fire when she can, and she's fighting for the dragons to the death, you know, and she was, now she has more dragons coming up for her, so she's innocent from a spot.
Well, that's a nice thing to say, and I understand the sentiment about rooting for the Dragons, and while that's not really a crime, we do have these other charges, and I think they're gonna stand on their own.
Please
And
don't
so-
take my baby to jail, please don't take my baby to jail.
Oh my goodness.
There's another little dragon.
Well, there has to be some punishment, you know, and so on these other charges, not the Dragon charges, you're absolved of that. There is a verdict of guilty, and you're gonna have to post bail, and that bail is $840, was that the number?
That's the minimum.
That's the minimum. So tell us, do you have the bail money with you today? Can you?
I do.
You do? And how much bail money do you have?
There's $1,475.89.
Wow. Well, then we'll raise the bail to $1,485.
Yeah.
And you're absolved of some of the charges, like the dragon booster, but not of the others. So if you would please give us that $1,475, and then come on up, and we have here for you, I believe, a First Foundation Dragon Lady book that you can entertain yourself with while you sit up here. And they'll feed you. And thank you for that money, and thank you for your efforts in supporting First Leaders.
You're very
Thank you,
welcome.
ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay, who's next?
Your Honor, I bring before you Ashley Legs Craig Gooch, charged with planning a takeover. That sounds terrible.
Successful.
Well, our country started with a revolution, so it sounds like you might be kind of a revolutionary kind of person.
Very much.
Mr. Prosecutor, will you tell us about this lady?
Yes, Your Honor, I will. We call her now the Gooch, because you better watch out for the Gooch. She's taken over, and she's changed signs in the county that says Legs County because of her long legs, and she wants everybody to know that. And, you know, we've got multiple warrants out for putting these signs all around the country, or the county, and she's also done some unique photo work out there that really people like, she works for the county and she's doing this, you know, so we've got some concerns, and she's already been arrested by the sheriff and put into holding cell, but somehow got released back to the streets.
Huh.
So I think she might have been young and just, you know, talking back to the sheriff at some point. That's how she got. That's how she got in the first time. So she does have a previous record. And her brother Tyler arrested her and showed her no mercy as well. So she's a repeat offender, Your Honor.
Taser and all.
Well, did you enjoy that?
No, not a bit.
So I think it's all 7 pictures right
Yeah,
here.
well, those are pretty serious charges, and you know, I've heard in the news this last week about a judge that let a convict loose in their courtroom, snuck through the jury room door. So I've got to be very careful. I don't want to get arrested myself.
That's true.
So please understand, Ms. Gooch, that we got to really be careful, be judicious with how we treat you. But you do have a defense attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
What
let
do
me
you
tell
have to say?
It's not taking over when you can run it, right, Ashley?
You're
when
right.
you've got the skills and the knowledge and you're really good at it, we should all just say, hey, Ashley, take over, do it.
That's what the people want.
Absolutely. She's amazing. She could rule the world, Your Honor. She's just got all the skills. She's amazing.
Well, that's nice, but isn't there like a planning commission when you change the name of a street or something, they gotta be involved or put up a new sign? Isn't that part of the
There's an approval
process?
process,
You're
yes.
talking about red tape, Your Honor, come on. Bogged down in red tape and bureaucracy.
Well, you got a point there. So, Ms. Gooch, do you have anything to say for yourself?
I am completely innocent.
Really?
I am.
Well,
I am. Again,
well,
it's what people wanted.
well, that's what they all say. You know that. Okay, are there any character witnesses for Ms. Gooch that are here that would like to speak?
I've
on
got
her?
several right here.
Okay, and what do y'all have to say for her? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
My kind of people.
I think it was a thumbs up, Your Honor. I think it was.
With friends like that who needs enemies, right? Well, good. Well, because of your dedication to the county and your work for the county, we're going to be a little bit lenient on you. We're only going to hold you just a little while. However, there is a minimum bail, and that minimum amount is $840. And have you raised your bail money? You have. And may I ask how much you raised?
$13,680.
Now, I've been doing this a long time, and I believe, Ms. Appleton, that is a
That's
record.
way over the top.
I don't recall 13,000, but that is amazing. Say it again, 13,000?
680.
13,680. Well, congratulations. We got a delicious meal up here for you. Thank you so much for being such a great citizen and doing this and helping first readers. Tremendous. So please come on up and we'll take your money. And we have for you something to read here. I thought.
Maybe.
Legs Gooch. Here we go. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
Congratulations.
She is definitely the star detainee
Oh,
of all
that's
times. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Robbie.
You're down.
Yeah, I'm really down.
Okay, Your Honor, I bring before you, let's see, before we arrest you. Amanda, Gabby, McLemore. Back. Charged with excessive talking. You have been talking too much.
I have. It gets me in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, let me, Well, step forward, please. So, Mr. Prosecutor, what do we have here?
Your Honor, we have Amanda Gabby McLemore. She is charged with excessive talking. She's been demanding of her employer that she gets paid by the word.
Oh, I want that plan.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And she's tried and tried, but she's eluded capture. And she also recently moved to a new address, so she's hiding. But she's letting her words, she's leaving a trail of words wherever she goes, and she just can't elude it. So we have pictures of her hiding in the bank. And we've got a photo of her in the safety deposit area. It's not good for people to be in the safety deposit area by themselves.
Yes.
So you can see she's done that. We don't know if we have to check her pockets, but
Seems like no one should be in there by themselves.
But I think she could talk her way out of anything. So, Your Honor, that's where we are.
Well, this excessive talking thing, I know that's an affliction that a lot of ladies have. I know my lady has that at times, and I have to be careful. And that's why I don't talk much, because she says words for me. But, Madam Defense Attorney, what do you have to say for this?
Hey, that excessive talking that you're talking about, Judge, she's being friendly. In the banking industry, we are told to be friendly, talk to everyone, tell them about everything. She's doing her job and she's amazing at it.
Well, you got a point there, and there's nothing like good customer service and good customer relations, but are you sure that's all this talking, or some of this talking could have been something more nefarious, especially being by themselves involved?
Well, it got her to this point, so there's got to be some nefarious undertones that brought her here today.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I object. We can be in the safe deposit room. She might have been cleaning the boxes. She might have been figuring out what spaces are available. That's her job.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. That's what I hear.
So, Ms. McLemore, what do you have to say for yourself?
I think I'm just doing great customer service.
So you feel no guilt or anything, huh?
None.
Yeah. Are there any character witnesses here to speak?
No.
None.
No. Not
None.
right now.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
They're busy taking care of customers.
Okay, well, in that case, we'll excuse it. Well, as happens so often in this court, we've never found anybody innocent yet. Sorry. And so we do have we are gonna hold you. We are gonna bring you up here and put you in our jail. And we will release you after a while. But tell me, have you raised your bail?
Yes, I have.
And how much would that be?
$1,260.
Wow, well, that's great. Well, let's give this back for him.
We do have an issue that just occurred with Gabby. This money flew out of the back seat of the police car. And I think it might have been that Gabby was trying to bribe the officer to let her out.
Your Honor, I object. That could have been in the police car before Gabby got in there.
Well, we're giving it to Gabby because we believe it's part of her bail money.
Okay.
Your Honor, we will accept it.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, it looks like she might have been trying to charge a little fee for raising this, so we're gonna raise your bail to the $1,261 or whatever you said instead of $840. But thank you so much for raising that money. And we have you a little something to read up here when we keep you in prison. And I believe we do. And yes, here we go. So, Ms. McLemore, if you will please step forward, and I'll take your money. And here's your book, and thank you so very much for your efforts in participating in this and making this successful.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You're a good citizen despite these charges.
See if the judge is ready.
So, who do we have here?
Your Honor, I bring before you Jamie, busy mama, Mosley-Arnold, charged with running out of time.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Step on up a little further. There we go.
So, that is a pretty serious charge, and Mr. Prosecutor, do you have anything you want to say?
Well, this is a very unique case, Your Honor. You know, our clocks run 24/7, 365 for eternity. So I don't know how she's running out of time. It just seems very strange to me. You know, we see her pictures at work just goofing around. I don't know how she doesn't have time. They say she's a busy mama. Okay, so most mamas are busy, so I'll grant you that. But she also has a number of aliases when she's running out of time. She's got Jamie Arnold, busy mama, Jamie Mosley, and you know, she just, something's not right if you're out of time. We always have time, plenty of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just seems a little off to me.
Yeah. Well, I know that is interesting, and I know that you know all about Allstate and their policies, but I see a State Farm shirt on.
Yeah.
And maybe the policies aren't the same. Just saying.
No, they're similar and different, all together at the same time.
Okay. So, Madam Defense Attorney, what do you have to say?
Hey, this is a busy mama. She's always out of time. With kids, a job, everything she's got going on, how could she not be out of time? They're juggling lots of things, wearing lots of hats. That's part of her life. Absolutely. She's my hero, Your Honor. Look at all she's juggling.
So how many kids are involved in this?
2.
2. That's twice as much effort as one, I guess. So that does keep you busy. So what do you have to say for yourself, Ms. Mosley-Arnold?
I'm doing my best.
Doing your
The
best.
best I got.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's all you can do, but yeah, so that does keep you busy, I'm sure. Well, do we have any character witnesses for this defendant?
We do. Yes, Your Honor. I am her mother.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I can attest to the fact that she is truly busy. Now, as far as him claiming she has fun at work, that's part of the work environment. You have to have fun. You have to have your team members involved, and that's what she's best at.
Well, those are good points. So when she was a little girl, did it require an awful lot of time on your part to care for her, or was she pretty easy?
She's a very good child, very motherly. And two, to add to the fact, not only does she have 2 children, but you've got to consider husbands as well as being a lot of time involved with them.
Yeah.
You know?
And so the husband helps out a good bit, I hope.
I object to that comment, Your Honor. 100% object.
I think if you took a poll, Your Honor, you might get a favorable.
Well, you know, I'm
Yeah.
the judge, so I get a little bit of leeway here, a little slack, but I think I turned off my mic. Well, pardon me. Now it's working, I think. Well, good. So, you know, we, as I mentioned earlier, no one's ever been found innocent in this court, and we're still going to keep that track record going. So we're gonna find you guilty, but be lenient with you, and you're required to raise bail and be in jail a little while. And that bail is $840. And how have you done? Do you have that money with you today?
I do. I was able to get $1,002.58.
Wow. Well, that's great. Let's get this. Great. Well, that's great. Well, I'll take your money and come on up here and join us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I've got something here for you. And here we go. So that'll keep you, give you something to read while you're up here with us. And thank you for your efforts and all you've done to support First Region of Pickens County. Thank you.
Your Honor, we've got Matt Wildcat Combs on the way. And
Okay.
All right, so that's enough. Well, just want you to know I love you.
Your Honor, I think we just heard anniversary. I think we need to be a little bit lenient on, his anniversary.
Give a little
Come on.
slack.
Who are you?
I am Wildcat.
Wow. All right, I'm the bailiff.
All right.
You know, Your Honor, you need to look at this picture of him. This is a terrible picture. He looks like a very evil man. I bring before you Matt Wildcat Combs being sent to the principal's office.
I was having a good hair day that day.
Yes, well, you know, a lot of times these convicts look a little rough. They don't look like other people. So you kind of get apart with these photos here.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're glad to have you here. And Mr. Prosecutor, would you please tell the court what this man is accused of?
no, we got you. So, Your Honor, this is Matt Wildcat Combs. He has connections to Arizona. I'm not sure if it's his dry sense of humor, the dry air in Arizona, but there's something unique about why Arizona. You know, do you have things buried in the desert out there that you don't want us to know about?
I will not tell.
See, exactly.
Is Arizona in the United States?
Yeah.
It is a state. Okay,
Yes.
just check.
It's what's on the other side of Mississippi.
Exactly. So his charge, he's been sent to the principal's office for running the halls. So
Really?
as we all know, you're not allowed to run the halls
Correct.
unless you've been instructed by your cross-country coach on a rain day. That's the only way you get out of that. So, you know, he has character witnesses to his guiltiness, I believe.
Your Honor, I object to his innocence.
Okay.
I'm not real sure, you know, he's sort of a dashing guy, you know.
Yeah, a little Freudian slip there, but we hear you. And so the charge is running in the halls. Is that correct?
That is correct, without approval.
Without approval. And who would provide approval?
You know, he's married to a principal, so, you know, she might be able to give approval, but apparently she didn't do that.
She wouldn't answer the phone.
Yeah. So there's another telltale sign of his debauchery.
Yes.
That tells you something. Well, Madam Defense Attorney, what do you have to say for this man?
He's enthusiastic, Your Honor. He was excited.
Wait a minute, this is the defense attorney?
Yeah.
I'm the prosecutor, man.
He's enthusiastic, Your Honor. He takes, you know, look at, he takes care of his kids, he's got so much going on, he's just getting there and he's got so much to do, come on. Places to be, things to do, absolutely. Absolutely, very high
This is a matter of
standard.
record. Our defense attorneys are assigned by the court. They don't make a lot of money. You can't expect the top guy in the.
I wouldn't choose anyone but her.
Pardon me?
I wouldn't choose anyone but her. She's
Oh,
doing
well,
a great
okay,
job.
it's good. So this charge is a little concerning, and what do you have to say for yourself?
And I'm innocent, completely innocent. We're just trying to hold the standard. We're trying to get places. We're trying to do great things.
I see. But don't we have some hard evidence or photographs or something of this?
Yeah, there he is sneaking out to go run the hallway. They finally caught him and had to sit him down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's bad.
They had to hold him down. And then we got the dogs coming
Hold
after him
him
as
down.
well.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Oh, wow.
So, you know,
Probably
Your Honor,
hit-
he was in charge. That's the reason.
the dog is always in charge.
No, he's in charge. He's leading him down the hall, Your Honor.
I don't know about that.
Probably handcuffs in the whole McGill, huh?
That dog's locked and loaded.
No,
Ready to go.
Your Honor, he's in charge. Just tell him where to go.
That's it. So, what else do you have to say for yourself? Anything?
Character witness, we do.
Character witness.
Speak on my behalf.
So do we have a character witness?
Yes.
Please come forward
Step
We have the school
forward.
superintendent. Ooh.
and tell us about this accused man here.
Well, I asked for mercy from you, Judge, on Mr. Combs. He tries real hard. He's a man of good character, however.
I hear
And
that.
I think some of the photos you may have been doctored, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I see. Well, we are a merciful court. We're proud of that. But we have to find you guilty of running in the hall. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. And you're going to have to spend a little time in the pokey. And you're going to have a record now.
Okay.
And we do have a bail set for you, and that bail is $840. And can you raise that bail money today?
I have 700 at this time, and I will have 840 when I'm done.
Okay, well, fair enough. We'll take an IOU then for a while, an hour or so, and that's great. So good. Well, thank you. Please come forward.
You gotta run!
It's the other person.
Yeah, they must have heard you up here. Thank you so much for your efforts to support First Weeds of Pickens County.
It's my honor.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
Here's your book. This is a typical book.
Who are you? Who are you? Oh, I'm Bill. Your Honor, I bring before you Linda. Lullie Lightning Linda.
Say it again.
Linda Lightning Lullie. Charged with designing too fast.
Designing too fast. Oh my goodness. That sounds pretty serious.
That's me, I'm fast.
Serious things.
We need something fast, let's do it fast.
We're gonna keep our eye on
So
you.
it sounds like you're impersonating the Xerox commercial, the FedEx commercial, they're talking fast. Is that
No,
you?
you're not gonna charge me with freaking copyright infringement too.
Possibly.
I don't think so.
You're also known as Triple L in the neighborhood
Excuse me,
too.
Your Honor, I object. Prosecutor is out.
You know.
He just needs to stick
Okay,
with
Ms.
what we got.
Prosecutor, you have an objection on the floor.
Well, there's a complaint that she designs projects so fast and closes the deal so fast, people have more money to spend, but she goes so quick, she's actually making less money. That's the crime.
There he goes.
So we got pictures of her on the run. She moves so quickly.
Really?
She's so quick, she looks like the $6 million woman right here. She's going. That's impressive.
Wow.
I mean,
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Time is money.
But you know, where are you escaping to here?
Time is
Looks like
money.
you're on the run, you know, trying to do something nefarious right there.
Not
Yeah.
saying anything.
Okay.
Not saying anything.
Any other charges?
She's got a secondary charge of failure to appear in court on April 8th. She had left the county or the state. We don't know yet. We're trying to find
Making
out
money, Your Honor.
to avoid an arrest. So, you know, there's some things under the surface that are starting to bubble up right now.
Yes, I happened to be there April 8th, and I recall that. And that's when that charge was added. So now you've got a double charge. Okay, anything else, Mr. Prosecutor?
No, that's all I have. I think that's enough.
Okay, yes. Madam Defense Attorney, what do you have to say?
Your Honor,
This defendant.
she's not just fast, she's efficient. She is getting it done. Time is money, Linda's who you can count on, get it done. Take a look at that picture again. Look at the money she's making. She is going.
Wow, look at that. Goodness gracious, okay. Was that it?
That's it. I think that's enough, Your Honor.
Not sure about that. And what do you have to say for yourself, lady?
I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job.
Okay, well, that's all.
That's all we can do.
That's right. You got a point there. Now, are there any character witnesses for this? thing?
No, I have no character.
No.
Oh, I think we do. We have some character. Somebody come up and speak on her behalf.
Well, I think that they should take into consideration that she's dressed for the event today.
I know.
Yes, she is.
I mean, look
You
at
got a
it.
point there.
That's for success, that's it.
You got a point there.
I mean, can I say something?
Yes, please.
Linda is a pillar of this community. She designed my website, and I got so
Really?
much business from that. And she was lightning fast. So it's not about, it's about speed, efficiency,
And she is on the chamber.
And she's on the chamber board. So, I mean,
Well, that's
I
a
don't
lot,
see how you could really look at it.
lot of good accolades and attributes, I must say. Very impressive, very impressive.
I have some character.
Does anyone else have a comment about this defendant?
Well, she can grow her own food. So
Oh, really?
I will say that about her.
That
She
too.
can feed the community at some point.
Sounds like a model citizen.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're healing. Her herbs are healing
Yes.
as well. So it's she's almost a doctor.
Wow.
She's impersonating a doctor. Yeah.
Well, I mean words.
Yes.
Well, I can tell the community thinks a lot of you, but you're still guilty of charges. So your bail is $840.
Okay,
Are you prepared to pay that today?
yes, I actually raised $1,365.
Wow. That is fantastic. Well, that amount of money will pay for about 33 children for 1 year to receive our free books, which is important.
And they're gonna read them fast.
Yes. So tell me that number again,
$1,365.
Okay. Good deal. Let me turn off my phone here that's ringing. Okay, well, thank you very much, Linda Lightning. And could I have your money?
Sure.
And we have for you one of our first reader's books that you can entertain yourself with
All right.
while you're sitting here. And we're going to give you lunch, it's not much, bread and water.
Yep.
But please join us up here and thank you for your efforts. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Even if it isn't janitor,
Because of that kind of stuff.
I had to ask when you got those cool golf socks. That was just amazingly cool.
I don't know. I don't know if my kids got these.
I do not plead guilty to any of this. I do not acknowledge any of this. I acquired a vehicle.
Hang on a second.
I put my hands turn around. I don't truck. I don't want to.
The officer wishes to bring another charge.
Yeah.
Stealing.
Oh, yeah. I know you say.
Especially a police car.
Yeah.
Because you work in the county, we got to take police. What projected?
I'm the bailiff.
There we go. We got the right to do it. We want to go.
Okay, Madam Bailiff, who do we have here?
Your Honor, I bring before you John. Big John, you are big. Sherrer, charged with being all fired up, plus I think there's some other charges that you could be brought against.
Alleged.
Yeah.
Being fired up. Okay, Mr. Prosecutor, tell me about this man.
Well, number one, Big John is here today because he's wearing sunglasses on a cloudy day. Because his picture's so bright that he's got to wear shades.
Protect my identity.
That is a sign of guilt, I must say. Just saying, but we're going to
Take my identity.
Yeah.
I mean, of all of our convicts today, this one I may be a little lenient on until I learned about something else prior to him coming here. But he's been fired up about childhood literacy and raising money for a good cause.
Oh,
So, you know, there's some hope
Yeah.
behind those sunglasses. But there's some reason they give another name for him called Little John at the firehouse. Why is that? Is there a reason why they call you Little John at the firehouse, but Big John on the streets of Jasper?
No, Little John is John Jones. That's a different person.
Okay.
That's not you.
Not you.
It's not me.
You're hiding out then.
It's not me.
Apparently you escaped first by jumping in your fire chief truck and then hitching a ride on the fire truck. Hitching a ride, is that safe?
I was responding to an incident. I don't.
Okay. But I also understand you stole a police car today.
I acquired.
I object. He
You acquired?
borrowed a police car.
Is it because
Facilitating safety in the city of Jasper.
is it
He
because the
borrowed.
blue lights are more important than the red lights?
I want to say that I'm a city employee, and by being a city employee, I can operate any city vehicle. So legally, I didn't steal it.
Your Honor, I don't know if that's true or
I
not.
acquired it.
Okay. Well, it sounds a little sketchy on the fringe of his comments here. So at least he took his sunglasses off, and at least he has intention of raising money for the children of the community. So
Yeah, there's 2 pluses.
there's 2 pluses, but
There's a couple of
minuses are,
minuses.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something seems a little off.
Okay. Well, Madam Defense Attorney, what do you have to say to this man?
Hey, we want them fired up, Your Honor. We want them fired up to raise as much money as they can get. This guy is all fired up. You gotta give him credit. I'm telling you.
That's true.
He's raised some money.
That's true. But the sunglass charge
Something like he's just cool.
the stolen police vehicle charge, not sure about that. So, Big John, what do you have to say for yourself?
Well, Your Honor, I'm out here just trying to support the children, and I'm trying to, serve the community. I didn't mean any ill intent. I apologize if it was perceived that way.
There's eyes watching you
I'm
everywhere.
sure it is.
Everywhere.
Now, are there any character witnesses here for this man?
I tried to get the police chief, but he refused. He denied.
I see that.
He denied.
And then this charge about the stolen police car.
stay as long as he needs to.
Okay.
Bread, water.
Your Honor, I object. I didn't know about this character witness. Exclude his testimony.
We just jump in sometimes.
Okay. Okay. Well, Big John, the court finds you guilty. Sorry, I know you've got all these good attributes about you, and we do appreciate that, but you got some shady things we can't just ignore. So, we're gonna set you bail at $840, and we're gonna hold you for a little while.
All right.
And, can you cover that $840?
I think I can. Well, I could have. I gave more than $850 to Miss Sue, but whether she'll claim I did or not, I don't know.
Okay. So how much money have you got?
I think we're $1,700.
Wow, $1,700. So let's give Big John the recognition he deserves, and that amount of money will pay for about 42 children to receive their books once a month from the time they're born to they're 5 years old, in order to promote childhood literacy and preparedness for the first grade and reading in the home and all those things to get kids off to a great start. So thank you for that effort. We do appreciate it, and you made an important contribution to the first readers of Pickens County. Come up here and join your fellow jailbirds, if you will.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Here's yourself to read.
Appreciate your leniency, sir.
Thank you.
I think I said something about this picture right
Here we go.
Your Honor, I bring before you Mattie Von Sweets Hollar, charged with slinging sweets in the street.
Pepper spray. That sounds
Really?
terrible. There's a good body cam.
That's the first time I've ever heard. First time I've ever heard that charge. And I know sometimes aggressive prosecutors, make up charges. But having said that, Mr. Prosecutor, what do you have to say about Von Sweets?
Well, the book of concerns that have been brought to me is that, first and foremost, she's known for having multiple personalities. Being a redhead, only 2 multiple personal, faces and things like that seems a little low, so you better up your game.
Yeah, I know.
But we got pictures. Look at her, like she just got off a Harley with attitude. And this one, she looks like a sweet little, little house on the prairie mom.
Boy, that
So, she does have those multiple personalities.
quite
Good at hiding it.
interesting.
But, she was seen driving a kid's Jeep. She took out a young child's hand and started throwing dum-dum candies at the kids, and the kids were all fighting to get it. And she created an injury opportunity for those young children. Dangerous, absolutely dangerous. And those little electric carts, if they had a grease spot, they're spinning down the road and it could have created more injuries. And then another charge, and she failed to appear for her initial arraignment on April 8th.
Really?
Where was she? We don't know. She's not owned up to it, and people are scratching their heads and wanting to know why.
Understandable, yes. Okay, Madam that's Attorney, what do you have to say about all this?
And she's enthusiastic about taking care of children, including handing out sweets. It sounds delicious to me. And you know, kids are tough. They can sling that candy out. They're fine. And then she can take care of them. Right. She's amazing. She takes care of kids. She loves kids. She's here today to make sure that kids have books in them.
Well, that's a nice thing to say and a nice sentiment, but what about the danger that the prosecutor pointed out with throwing out candy in the street where the cars are running?
You know, there's also the dental concerns that she's putting out all this candy. I think she's in cahoots with some of the local dentists as well.
Your Honor, the prosecutor's stretching. He's stretching.
Yes. Well, Madam Von Sweets, what do you have to say in your behalf?
Well, the reason I didn't appear because I was seeing children that day, so I was busy in the office, but you know, I do talk about dental health. I give them a toothbrush sometimes, and I really talk about reading, and they like a candy after they get a shot or something. They have crackers after, you know, that may hurt them at the office. So it's all in good.
I see. Those are all good pluses, I must say. You speak well and point out things that we take into consideration. So are there any character witnesses for Madam Von Sweets?
They're all busy.
They're all busy at the office, no doubt. Well, you know, we appreciate you being such a model citizen and doing so many things that are great for the county, but we got to find you guilty on a couple of these counts. And so your bail is set at $840. And are you prepared to post that bail today?
I think I may have gotten some more this morning, but as of last night, I had $575.
$575.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we will accommodate that. $575. We'll pay for, let's see, about 15 children to receive their books once a month, the first 60 months of their life, to prepare them for the first grade and promote reading in the home and give them head start to school. So that's commendable, and we really appreciate that effort. Well, come on up and give me your money, and we appreciate that, and thank you so much for your efforts in helping raise money.
Thank you.
Yes.